3, 2, 1, go. Yep, I'm recording this one live. I thought it made sense to do some bonus material. Someone in the thread suggested that I have a go at the demo, since it is the same environment from the room that I just played through. And it makes sense. I don't want to spoil myself on, you know, quite a jarring environment after what we've been through so far. Jarring in a good way. And these episodes usually take me literal hours to come up with. There's a lot of material I have to research. This is probably something that we've heard before, isn't it? I'll have a go and maybe...
How do you solve a problem that extends beyond your own lifespan?
Yes, we have.
That question may be the essence of civilization. The only answer I can find is to initiate a process, to create an environment in which the solution will occur independently of yourself. But that requires a difficult sacrifice. Letting go of your desire to bear witness, to exist at the center of the cosmos. To participate in the project of civilization is to accept death. Oh, Alex, you're such a fun person.
Yeah, difficult but necessary sacrifice. Something that you gotta come to terms with, or... well, you could never come to terms with it. That might suit you. You might never even question it, and that might suit you even better. So yes, these normally take me a huge amount of time to do, because I never got the chance. Is that the right word? Maybe that's the right word. I never got the chance to study philosophy in school or later. Aha, here's how we... No, this still doesn't solve my... Okay, fine. Okay, this is another one of those. Taking it round the side. I need one to do that, but then that, by rights, jumps in the way of that one, so... not sure. Yes, I never studied these things, and, you know, I read a lot as a child. Fiction was my thing. It would never even occur to me to read something that actually happened in a book. That's what life is for. And it's only quite recent. Yeah, I've got no idea how to... The layout is throwing me off slightly. I don't know why they'd have a puzzle like this. I don't know where I just came from. Okay, right, sure. Yes, it was only later I started, well, even reading classical novels. Things of that nature. I think we all go through a period that involves that sort of thing. Oops, I forgot to use the alternate. Yes, it took me ages before I started reading Dickens, Hardy, Tolstoy. Oh.
Behold, child.
I start with 3.
You are risen from the dust, and you walk in my garden. Hear now my voice, and know that I am your maker, and I am called Elohim. Seek me in my temple, if you are worthy.
So the decisions behind putting this all out here, I'm fairly, I mean, it's a difficult thing to get your head around. How do you sell your game this way? I think it's a brilliant idea, the way that they've done it. This demo originally came out not as... Not a proof of concept, but more of a benchmarking. Giving it a chance to percolate among the people who would play the game anyway, and just get it optimised. encounter any basically crowdsourcing. Well, it's beta testing, but they did it in a very smart way, in a completely non-aggravating way. I don't think I can weave my way around this, and I can't see it from here. I mean, I have no idea how they managed to do. It was basically word of mouth, and, you know, a top quality product that allowed this game to succeed. Which, in the end, that should be all you need. Okay, this is no good. I'm going to need something on the other end of this, other side of this window. Ooh. Nope, this is not enough. Yeah, another thing again. I expect there are personalities, that's the word, people on the internet who tried to play this legitimately. I'd be very impressed if someone managed to get something coherent out of their mouths while trying to partake real time in a puzzle game. I certainly can't, you can tell that much. Useless, okay. That looks like it should do it. Okay, I'm gonna need to think on... go somewhere else and think on this later. So choosing what you're going to show off is massively difficult. I don't know whether this was original, whether they built it from the ground up. Ooh. I hear the Easter egg that I missed. I think it might be in between one of these walls. I wonder if it still exists, or if just they took away the spot where the secret is and kept the sound file. Yeah, I imagine any attempts to let's play this in the normal real-time way that people do, well, it would start off strong, I'm sure, but it would quickly dry up. Okay, yeah, I've done this much so far, this makes sense. So yeah, it took a while before I started, you know, reading. When I read the classics, of what of them I did read, it was mainly a sense of obligation. They exist, and I'd heard good things, so, of course, I had to go. And that's really all it was. No one ever pushed me towards reading philosophy, I guess because it was clear that it never appealed. Even history, I didn't have much stake in. Studying law, I found the constant looking towards the past. Oh goodness, they have sigil puzzles inside levels. Thank goodness they took this out. I guess they had to show them off some way. Or did they? If ever there was need for false marketing, this would be it. They released another little mini game. Someone just threw together a bunch of these little puzzles, called it the Sigils of Elohim, and it's just... it's free, I can't be... okay, this is quite easy. It's free to play, and so, what more can you say? But oh, I've only got the one. Okay, that's one with faith. And the @ symbol. Yeah, I may have read that last one elsewhere. None of the messages really give much away in terms of plot, or just... it's mainly character, which is impressive in its own way. Alright, how am I going to do this then? Oh, I can take it through. Okay, this is fairly advanced. Look at this. Keeping a door open by firing the energy towards the other side. And that's something that we didn't do until at least halfway through Egypt. And that's red again. Okay. There we go. Ooh, this is something I didn't get to try at any point during the game so far. I wonder whether these sound files overlap. I almost did at one point, but here we go. They do, and beautifully. That was great. Yes, I certainly wouldn't be having anywhere near as good a time with this if I... oh, I'm going to get crossed off. Oh. Okay, maybe it's this thing. Okay. That's quite nice. That's an effect I haven't seen elsewhere in the actual game. It's fun, the decisions people make on the fly. So yes, they have the Sigils of Elohim, which is a huge array of puzzles exactly like that, which I... this is as far as my bonus video acumen stretches. I can only imagine watching someone complete those sorts of puzzles. The reviews have been good. I mean, I guess it's free, that helps, but I just find them so aggravating. I've gone on enough about that. They've also released some prototype levels. Okay, so here's the window, but as we well know, I can't... what do I do about that? Maybe I need to... yeah, smuggle one in again. Okay, I'll come back to that. Yeah, they've also released prototype levels with prototype voices. I don't mean the game prototype, I mean prototypes for this game. Which, you know, they're unpolished. They've got, yes, the devs in place of Elohim's voice files, that sort of thing, which is... it sounds like something worth going through, just dipping into for a bit. Not investing too much in. Okay, that appears to be about it. Aha. Okay, I guess they had to. Well, let's see if there's anything... well, how does it put across the whole that these terminals have to offer? Okay, well... It's some sort of pseudo-foreshadowing. I don't... I'm playing this well into the game. I suppose that's not necessarily intentional. Okay, so this is the first. Fine. I never did Hello World. Come on. There you go. So I can probably see... yeah. Go on then. Oh, what? Neither of these two are in this list of variables that I'm allowed to set. I'm already in demo mode, so I can set it to gold mode. I don't... does that... so I interpret that as... this would cause it to start the main game, maybe? That doesn't make any sense. The demo was released separately and before the game launched, so... show it all off, live dangerously? What is it? Okay, alright, this is just an excuse for a little conversation. That's fair. Who are all the others? No one else is playing the demo these days, Milton. I certainly hope not. It's only the people that need to show it off long after the fact. Well, go on then. Okay, this is quite fun. I'm saving the world! Of course I am. The voice hasn't given me any instructions so far, I don't believe. If they have, I've just inferred them. Yeah. They're restricting my access to the developer console. You can do a lot with that, you know. I don't know what else he'd give me. The whole source. I have been wondering throughout the game why they've typed things in exactly this way. This isn't something that you normally get. You know, help messages normally. It's kind of a pseudo user experience, and I guess that's fine. Okay, so this is Uriel. So this is a different story. We've had a similar Uriel story with. This is a bit grimmer, a bit more metal. Practicalities of a flaming sword aside. Yeah, it's got the black clouds. 7 heads crowned in black clouds. So, hiding behind those 7 black clouds was a 7-headed dragon. Who'd have thought? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I pretty much established that the text file that was very similar to this in the core game was an original piece. And it seems like this is a companion piece of some sort. That's quite fun. I'm not going to translate that here while I'm recording this, because I don't know how I'd record that. Okay, I can't remember whether this has been in the game or not. I'm sure I've seen something similar. I've seen the names of all of the files because I've had to keep myself abreast of them somehow. And okay, so it gives a good impression of what sort of game this is going to be. Okay, I think we saw that file elsewhere. All right, so yeah, I'm really happy that with things like that.
Do not think I know not the deceiver slithering through the hidden words. His wisdom is hollow and born of despair. Do not let him tangle you in his webs of delusion. Have faith in me, and his petty illusions will fall away like nightmares in the morning's light.
Certainly. Yeah, I'm really happy that... Hey, it does kind of give away that there is a deceiver in the terminals fairly swiftly. I wonder if that was a difficult decision to make. Because I certainly... Oh, I mean, I had some idea of what was coming, but I don't think I would have if I hadn't approached it in quite the way I did. There we go, I thought this looked a bit suspicious. I can't grab the box from up here. As who knows what else I'd get up to. Yeah, I don't know, how well this game did is somewhat of a pleasant surprise. Because I mean, just look at what all of this is. Just how much you're expected to read and engage with things that are probably beyond the scope of anything that you do day to day. It's difficult, you know. And the cynic wants me to say that it's people appearing smart. It's a game people love to love. For that reason, I expect. But I'm a big old optimist, so that's alright. This was pretty easy. So as for me, yes, as I said, it takes me a lot of effort to go about learning all that I need to pull off one of these. They're kind of... You know, I don't think I would have necessarily noticed this if I hadn't played the game up until now. I definitely learned a lot of how to explore just from doing this. Makes all the difference. Yeah, so I wouldn't necessarily engage with all of the themes that this game has if I wasn't trying to show it off, which was part of the reason I'm doing this. It's so that I could ask these sort of questions. Because as I was saying, I've never really looked at these sort of things, and I'm reaching, you know, a stage in my life where I want to broaden my understanding. And there aren't many avenues for that, really. I have work. People kind of glaze over when you bring up certain things. Or it's just... broaching certain topics is difficult to do. Or at least I'm not very good at doing it. And that may be just me. But I've started establishing lots of different ways of doing this, so it hopefully should improve. But still, I enjoy thinking and discussing things like this. I don't enjoy trying to form opinions baselessly without having a full understanding, I mean, of what I'm talking about. But that's a terrible paradox to have. If you can only start discussing something once you have a full understanding of it, you're never going to have a full understanding, because a full understanding only comes from discussing it with others. So I try, I do what I can. But having the thread, I'm not going to name any names just because I don't have them to hand, and this isn't too bad. I'd miss people out and it would be a whole mess, and you know who you are, and this isn't a place for a sort of... Oh yeah, I forgot about this place. For doing that sort of thing. I've been immensely grateful for all the people that have engaged with the various questions on the thread. It's been... I don't know, something to come to. Even if I haven't been able to talk about it myself all that much, because I just... Well, I'm spending a lot of time making these videos, for one thing. It kind of limits the amount that you can put into just thinking about the topic from the previous video when you're partway through the next one. I know, it's thoroughly... It's a very lame excuse, but I'm not very good at talking. I think someone asked me, have I played... I know someone asked me, hey, have I played I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream? I have not, but I have watched a Let's Play of it. Thank you for asking. I'm really glad that games like that can exist. Oh, I've done this before. just really sort of grippingly bleak, but with this sort of hopeful gist. I can't remember. Was there any hope in it at all? I mean, they overcame the AI at the end, didn't they? But the whole, yes, being trapped but conscious. I mean, Christ, I have legitimate phobias, so I can appreciate. Yes, I'm useless at responding to messages, but I feel like I'm getting better. I don't like to talk unless I have immensely valid input or news or that sort of thing. These aren't things I regularly have. Okay, having a thought process. I still need... This just opens the way out, and there's a star to get still, so... Yeah? Oh, what am I doing? This is wrong. This one. It's never gonna work. Maybe. Well, let's see where this takes me.
These worlds, and we within them, are made of words. Hidden words, invisible to you, yet part of all things. We are a story. Your actions give life to the story, and the story gives meaning to your life.
I suppose it's fair in a way. This is giving you a huge feel for what the game is like partway through. And I've heard studies have shown. I'm not saying which studies, I didn't focus that much on it, but studies have shown that people prefer to be spoiled on things like movies beforehand. Maybe not at the time, but if you get down to it, it makes the whole thing that much more satisfying. Because you can sit there and you can anticipate, and anticipation is apparently a slightly nicer experience than outright, you know, oh goodness, I don't know what to expect, what's going to happen. Okay, I've got it. Sorry, there's a fly. There's a fly right in front of my face. No! Okay. This is why I don't do these sort of things live. I don't do these things in one take either. I mean, that would... Imagine. Imagine! Can you imagine? If you were imagining, I'm sorry. Yeah, this isn't really working. What do I need? What do I need? That fly completely ruined my train of thought. Oh yes, people prefer to be spoiled slightly. So this isn't... It's a game that's hard to spoil because of its very nature. But still, it's being shown what the tone is, the sort of things that you're going to expect, and then the start of this game is a extremely slow build. You get Elohim, but then and the messages, but nothing. There's no dark undertone apart from what you imagine for yourself, which might suffice for some, but there's no sense of conflict until quite a ways in, and here it starts talking about it from the word go. So I do prefer it. I can see why they do it, and it might even be the preferable way to go about it. So my current thought is that I'm missing a connector. It's just off somewhere. Maybe on the beach. I don't really want to run around hunting for another connector. I guess the worst part is it might not... I might have all the tools I need and just not be using them quite right. But geez, this is hard! Like, is it spoilers to say you're going to be in for some just brutal puzzles? That's what I'm seeing. Okay. Let's try this whole one again. I'd have long given up if this was my first experience with the game. I don't know why I skipped this, I just... By the time I got around to looking at it, it was already out, so... And yeah, I guess I didn't want to go into it spoiled. Which I've already explained is a thing that maybe can't happen, and maybe if it can, it's preferable. So, haha, joke's on me. So yes, having people who are willing to communicate their thoughts to you in a really, really, really nice way. There's nothing quite like having the level of thread interaction that we managed to have, even if I haven't encouraged it as much as maybe I could have. It's managed to floor me. How good it's been, and what I've gotten out of it. And it's nice to have the time to, yeah, engage in those sorts of thoughts in ways I always imagined I'd be able to. Nope, this is no good. But there's still so much more. Like, people have obviously asked, like, well, expressed hope that I'm going to continue Let's Plays after this, but I don't know, like, look at all this involves. Finding a game this interesting and this Let's Playable that also covers these sorts of concepts, it doesn't come around very often. I don't see how anyone can seriously suggest that I do so. Okay, maybe I'm supposed to... there's some windows. Okay. If in doubt, straight lines are out. That's certainly a phrase I just came up with just then. Maybe? Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's go around the other side of this. As I said, this is brutal considering. Ugh. I don't know what I'm looking at. Okay. There we go. Alright, I think this is it. Yeah, I'm happy with this. So the 5-year gap wasn't... It was mainly me having other things to do, but also not having anything that I felt worth showing off. And it's kind of... yeah, if I've got something to offer, I will. If I don't, then... I'm not the sort of person who will talk when there's nothing to say. I can't even see it from here. Oh. Ooh. Amazing. I can't play games. Oh. Alright then. I mean, that's clearly not the case. Look at it. There's clearly a lot of text there. Well, I'll stare at it. But obviously I'm not coding it right now, because... decoding it, because... Jeez. It's effective, I'll give it that. Jeez. I don't know what that is even. It's not scary. It's just I don't know. It's a very well done, awe-inspiring, I'm dealing with things greater than myself type of moment. Very pleased with that. Ooh. I guess I should try this. Like, is the voice the same if I wander into the water? Yep, exactly the same. So what I want to do in the after I've done this is, you know, think a bit, basically. I want to have some real sit down with some difficult topics and just try and understand them. Like, that's really what I most want to do with my time. And all of this whole Let's Play has mainly been a means of creating questions, which are all well and good, and the people in the thread have been instrumental in answering some of those questions. Did I only need the one box? Oh, I use myself as a button presser, yes. Advanced tactics that you only learn from bypassing the demo from the start. I could have made a massive fool of myself. Yeah, I've appreciated it, and all it's done is given me avenues to walk down myself. But then again, that's the problem with philosophy. A lot of it's already there, but how does it apply to us 200 years after the population of mankind just sort of exploded? It's worth looking into, but it's not worth spending your life doing. In my opinion. If that's what you're into, of course it's worth it, but I've got other things in mind. Oh.
You have come far, my child, succeeding where so many before you failed. The road before you is still long, and many gates remain closed. Do not falter, do not fear, and do not give in to temptation.
Oh no, there was a star. I missed a star. Wow. This is the third world. They're giving a lot away. Oh, for goodness sake, no. I'm really upset. I'm gonna have to go back and find that star. Otherwise I haven't shown off all the content. Oh. Oh, I clicked the door. Well, that was that. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut to me finding the last star and doing that puzzle. Oh, I thought it was wrapping itself up so nicely. I had all these platitudes that I was sort of not building towards, but more sloping down into, like some lovely quagmire. I could just fade this video out. Oh well. See you in a moment. And I'm back. Well, I went and had dinner actually. Always busy. So yeah, it was fairly obvious. It was under this bridge. Oh. I had to replay the whole thing too. That's a bit I didn't touch on. Not only does looking everything up take time, but all of the recording and editing. It takes a while. I come with a fairly heavy-handed approach. And since I only use the most basic of audio, well, video editing software, it also doesn't look as spectacular as the effort might convey, but oh well.
You have come far, my child, succeeding where so many before you failed. The road before you is still long and many gates remain closed. Do not falter, do not fear, and do not give in to temptation.
So I was going on some nonsense before. I think I might have given the impression that I didn't respect people who, you know, choose to question rather than answer. I don't know. But I live with an academic. I've got absolutely no issue with it. Yeah, this is one of those. Asking me to fill time when I haven't even prepared any limericks. That is just... that is cruel. And again, the people in the thread, they've not purely provided nothing but questions to me. Of course. A vast amount of it has been, well, have been answers. Exactly the sort of answers that I was looking for. By which I mean potential, not set in stone answers to questions that could never be that thoroughly thought through so simply. You know, those sorts of answers. That was a whole category. I feel like I could... If I did this exact shape upside down, it still wouldn't work, because that's how, you know, right side up, upside down. What is this? These just make me sad. Maybe after the game is through I'll have a look and see if anyone has made a serious attempt to record themselves playing through this live. Just to simultaneously mock and marvel. Ooh, getting there. No. If only I could bandsaw this in half. How are these represented? Are they physical things I'm carting around? Darest I overthink the video game? Oh no, still no. I can make the same... I can fail in exactly the same way, multiple different ways. If you know what I mean, and I'm sure that you do. I don't want to cut this out. This is supposed to be the low effort video, where I don't do anything extra, and try and pad it out sheerly on the force of my words alone. Oh no. Maybe. That's just going to turn into lip smacking, which I hear is a bad thing when you're trying to record your voice. Feels like I'm learning all this from scratch. To be fair, I've made, what, 3 videos in this format ever before. They ended up as about as well. That's a different shape at least. It sure is a different shape. Okay. If enough round pegs go into enough square holes, eventually we'll have a solution to this. bet there's not even a level on the other side of this. I bet they just dump you straight to the end, to the outside. It says it uses the recorder, and come on, you can't give that away. Such a unique game mechanic. No. See, here I tried to build it around the square thing, and that didn't work either. Oh. I'm back to this again. I recognise this shape. Okay, stick it in the middle. Because why not? It can't be rotational, but maybe it's something similar. I know, already this is doomed, isn't it? Look at this. Oh, hang on a sec. Okay. Okay. I'm sure that was less fanfare. I think they added more fanfare to this door opening. I'm just imagining things because I just feel hard done by. Oh wow! Oh nice. Oh no, we're still in England. I thought we were. Well, these rocks are from what? Not Crete. Okay. And I hear noise. I hear rustling. So I played through this twice. I didn't speak to the terminal the first time round, so hopefully this is a completely different experience. Oh no, they carry it across. That's awful. Well, it's not awful, it's fine, but it's... It means I now sort of have to go back, don't I? What does it say? Oh, okay. Yep, that was something we got near the start. Okay, so I've seen all this before. And I'm sure Milton has plenty to say, but this is... Yeah, this is above and beyond for a demo, but it's still a demo. So this is kind of what I thought the game might expand into. These... some sort of big old massive... Ooh, okay. An interesting dance around having big open areas. That doesn't quite work. Genius. Okay. Okay, I don't think I'll struggle with this one. But who knows? But yeah, it never really happened. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna stand right here. I'm gonna take in some fairly decent foliage. Trees are hard to make right. They've done a really good job. One thing I haven't really discussed at any length at all is, well, Crow Team itself. What it takes to make something like this, what it takes to be known for a certain genre, and then to run away in a completely different direction. It's fairly amazing when you think about it. Like, was this a pet project they always had in the works? Was this something that they never even... I don't know. Did they just stumble upon some sort of mechanic? Was it one person who had to convince the rest? Are they just... Was this their dream game and they started off making the get up here. Making the Serious Sam series, which they clearly are really invested and really enjoy. But yeah, what was it? Was it just something that was building towards this? Okay. And they are gallant enough to put things in places. I think I've heard this already.
I was in school when I first read about the Talos Principle. I think it disturbed me at the time, made me hyper-aware of my body as a physical object, the material reality of the brain. Ideas that made me uncomfortable at first, but I think in the long run, it helped me understand how frail human beings are, and how precious. It's not a comforting way of thinking about the world, but I'd rather face the truth than lie to myself.
In the beginning were the words and the words.
I guess it's worth recapping. Where am I here now? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean the principle itself doesn't shake me to my core. The way it apparently does Alex, but that's okay. I did it 100%. I completed something 100%. There isn't anything else, right? No. Okay. I mean, that's tempting. I don't see how you could look at that and not go, ooh. Well, there you go. Thank you very much for making it all the way through a video that's really just a demonstration of what this Let's Play would look like if I did it live. An incoherent, impossible to follow mess that doesn't dissect any of the themes whatsoever. I'll see you back in the slightly more edited world.